Okay, welcome. We're gonna talk about the BetterHelpAds. I love this fucking shit a lot. So anyway, I go on YouTube and I see these ads, and these ads are talking about better health or better help. Sorry, better help. And so basically, what this is, it's a freaking I guess it's an online site that connects you to therapists and okay. Anyway, my bad, I didn't mean to do that. Anyway, there's a commercial on her. It's a lady. She looks like she's a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Her body language is very like, oh my god, like I have issues. I'm like, yeah. So she comes on this ad for BetterHelp. This person, it has to be the stupidest fucking person I've ever seen, as in, like, doesn't know what she wants. She's probably, like, in her mid-20s, if not my age, like, in her 30s and that. And, like, so this woman's sitting here, and she's just like, I've been in and out of therapy for 2 years. Okay, no one should be dating you if you have that much therapeutic issues you cannot deal with. Like there's no reason for you to have that many fucking issues in your life that you get to sit and take therapy constantly. So anyway, she's talking about that she has that she's working on her emotional and anxiety and all this crap. I'm like, well, if you know what anxiety is, it is emotional, but anxiety itself is an issue in your life that you haven't completed yet. That's why you constantly have anxiety. You think about it so damn much, you just never do it. So you gotta talk to a fucking another human being that might be slightly more educated than you, by barely slightly more educated than you, and you and you have to talk about your problems like a fucking 5-year-old kid. You can't figure shit out. You're in your fucking 30s or in your mid-20s and that. And, like, I need guidance from a professional, professional, scientifically fucking PhD in dumb fuck. Like, literally, stupid-ass people. Okay, dude, if you want help, read the fucking gospel. If you want help, read the Bible. The Bible itself directs you in the most perfect way ever. But people don't do that. They go to another human being that didn't even create you, more or less fucking gives a fuck about you, and you want to sit there and go to a fucking unknown source just because I read a couple books talking about emotions to guide your dumb ass to make you believe in something because they tell you. Are you serious? Okay, God, honestly, I don't know how God is. I'm never going to, even think about what God would do,
Did you go to work today? Or?
Yeah, I'm going to work a little bit. Yeah, I don't go to work till 7. I don't leave till 7.
You got to pull a double today or not?
I don't know.
If I were you, I'd start job shopping. They're just being ignorant to you. One minute they need you, the next minute they don't.
It's going to work. It's going to have to just work 2 jobs.
Huh?
I have to work 2 jobs.
You find a job where you only have to work, 8 hours a day and 5 days a week, and then you're off. Just make your life easier.
Well, if I get 2 jobs working 4 days, just only do a couple, like 5-6 hours a day, it'd be fine. I'm not going to worry about it.
Yeah, but it's not stupid, Cody. I can see if there's not enough jobs. If there's jobs screaming all over.
I mean,
I'm just saying is,
well, I'll be fine.
We go down that place down by Chrysler where Vince works
Yeah, I remember last time I went down there, the HR said they were going through a bunch of people.
Well, Vince says they're screaming for people. They can't get them.
Well,
It can't hurt to go down there and try.
oh, okay, Dad.
I'm just saying is, 40 hours a week, it's easy. You don't have to put up with all this bullshit, maybe so, I don't know. Shit like that. It's a union job, it's got health benefits, it's got it's got a 401k, it's got all that shit. Just make it easier for you that way you know every day what your hours are.
Oh, I know.
Because you've worked here long enough, you got a good work report now.
Well, I want to finish off the rest of this year, and then... Well, anyway, yeah. Back to what I was talking about. Now my dad wants me to get another job and that. I'm like, well, as of right now, it's not too bad. It ain't about the money, it's about the discipline, and I hopefully don't have enough discipline. Well, anyway, well, I got more discipline than I used to. Alright, back to the better health, and so anyway, so this person, there's a multiple of them, and like, I've been noticing that it's just a lot of women. Like, I don't see many dudes on there, and I just like, it's like, there's multiple women, and they're all talking about the same thing, like, oh, I do it because, okay, here's what it is. I'll say this in the nicest way possible. You're doing it because you just want fucking affection and attention, and you don't know how to get it because no one's giving it to you, because you have issues. So when you have any type of psychological issue, and you're probably on fucking meds, most people don't want to fucking talk to you, especially men. And this is where it comes down to. I don't give a shit what any other, what these girls saying that it's coming down to. You're not getting enough attention, so you have to go to fucking therapy to get your attention. You gotta ask why 1,000 times. And if the therapist tells you why, you're gonna ignore it anyway, because this is what a lot of people do when they go to therapy. They ignore everything a therapist says. I went to therapy for 3 days. I still remember exactly what this person stated. This person stated that, do what you want to do. If you don't do what you like to do, you get depressed. Simple as that. Not even joking. You'll get depressed. When you get depressed, you start having anxiety. Why do you have anxiety? Because you don't do what you want to do, and you think about it all the damn time. So we don't produce something, because we are, let's go biblical. We are made from a creator in his image to create. Create is thinking and doing. So if you don't follow what the scripture tells you, which pretty obviously people don't fucking do it that much, we are born to create. We were born to do stuff. We were born to put things together and to do what is, whatever we choose to do. Well, when you don't do it, your body rejects. That's the whole point. God gave us a body that tells us how to live life. It tells us how to be good. It warns us through negativity, through hormones. We are built this way. Why do people constantly fight against what is, right in front of us? So if I got anxiety means to overthink things because I haven't done it yet. Or I don't know the situation well enough or know the knowledge to be able to complete it. Get smarter. If it's something that is bothering you, you can ask the question why, but get smarter, understand more, become better. You lack so much because you don't know, and don't pretend to fucking know, because that is fucking stupid. I promise you a lot of people do it. That's why when I look at these commercials, it's always these two same, psychotic looking women. They look like they have fucking massive issues. And they're probably getting paid to be crazy. And they're sitting there like, yeah, like they don't know how to act. They're very horrible at acting. And it's fucking priceless. Like, just listen to these people. I'm just like, dude, what the fuck is your problem? Like, don't you know how to talk? Like literally, you don't know how to talk at all. Like, you're just a brain dead fucking moron. Sitting there getting a script. You're like, oh my god, like, what do I do? And like, I listen to this shit all the time. And like, and then they'll have different racial people on there. Gotta be diverse, you know. So there's a white crazy girl with no makeup on, looks psychotic as fuck. And then they'll have, you know, a black girl on there. And like, you could tell that they're reading from a script because they're reading it really poorly. Like, they're getting all excited. Oh yeah, you chose me? Oh my god! Like, you go online every day, taking pictures of yourself, and sitting there. Not even joking. Sitting there, constantly broadcasting yourself, and you're this delusional that someone gives you a spark of attention, you like freak the fuck out and act like you're like blessed, and that no, they gave you attention because you're crazy. You say specific things. They don't want you to be smart, they want you to be stupid. That's why they want you to be on these commercials. Corporate people like people that fall in line. They like dumb people. They don't want you to be smart. They don't want you to understand what they're doing, because guess what? It makes their life a lot harder to control you, to brainwash you, to make you understand. Well, if we give them, you know, a couple $1,000s, like, oh my god, and they freak out. We can make your thousands of dollars. Easy, I don't know, do something creative. Oh my god, I say it? How dare I say something that's supposed to be godlike? You know, because these people literally hate God. They're a bunch of God haters. That's why they have therapy. Therapy's in the damn book of the best book ever, which is the fucking Bible, and probably the book of Enoch. It literally tells you specifically how you should be, and people ignore it. You don't need fucking therapy. Read the damn gospel, and you'll see. It tells you exactly how to be. Exactly. Like, the Ten Commandments are pretty point on how to be. And just those guidelines should push you into a better, you know, life. But people don't do that. And more or less likely, it's hard for them to do that because they can't see it from that perspective. And they won't. They choose not to. They'll sit there all day listening to a bunch of PhD fucktards that are built to push narratives. Because all of college is nothing but a big program. You know, back in the old days, what did they do? They read the gospel. What did they do? They preached the Creator. And they were all way better people than we are now. I mean, it's hard for me to walk down the street and wave at someone because they'll freak out. They're like, oh my God. They'll instantly think, even though I live in America and I want American, some people will instantly think, I'm different because, you know, I got different culture. Yes, you can eat differently than me, but it doesn't mean you're different. You are the same. Try to tell this over and over again. People think it's fucking hilarious too. Especially, you know, if they want to, you know, assume too much dog shit. Like, you know, like when people state, you know, when we talk about blacks or whites or fucking, you know, yellows and, you know, all these different colors, all these different races and that. But we were all created by the same person. They always would think, this is more superior, that's more superior. What do you mean more superior? There's no such thing as superiority. The only thing that's more superior are people that actually are stronger, the people that actually are smarter because they want to be smarter. But I don't think I'm more superior because I know, you know, 2% more knowledge than an average person, or that I'm 5 or 6% stronger than the average person. It's never been about superior because it's not a competition. The only time it's ever a competition is when you think that you're more superior. That's what competition is. I'm more superior than you because I know more than you. It's competitiveness. I don't care. I don't got nothing to prove but to myself. The people, you know, want to think, you know, specific things. You know, I always think, you know, Asians are good at martial arts. Chuck Norris beat Bruce Lee, and Chuck Norris is fucking American. He's fucking, like, German. So, like I was saying, is it doesn't matter. individual, your genetics don't just make you better just because our genetics are barely slightly different, and a lot of it's just pigment and like face structure. Like our bodies are the same, slightly taller, slightly shorter. You got the small, medium, thick bone line that which determines a lot of different things, especially how big you are in that with muscles and that for men and for women. But people don't want to take it like that. They put it inside their head over and over again. And, like, the culture bends you to believe in something that's not even true. I mean, I live in South County. So I live in a melting pot of inner city people to county people. Like, inner city people don't live here, but they work here. And some of them supposedly assume that just because I live in the county, I'm more privileged. And I say, no, it's because my family actually works fucking hard and they're not crackheads. They will get offended. I don't care. It's not my fucking fault your parents are crackheads. That's your own damn fault. You produced a crackhead family because your family wasn't smart enough to be controlled enough to understand. You were guided by shite. So if everyone was guided by the Bible, guess what? We all be the same. We all be loving each other, caring for each other. That's why I always say music is what determines how you are. Like, I went from I guess, not really like heavy metal stuff and that, to more positive metal-based stuff. I listen to it because it's positive reinforcement. I want to get stronger. So you got some people that immediately just assume this is what it is. The music that just basically says, you're chosen, 100%, because the color of your skin. What? What the fuck's the color of your skin have to do with it? I keep saying this over and over again. And I have to say, though, if you live in that delusional world, you ain't never going to get better, because that's not... That's where the victimhood comes from, to say this and I'm that. Like the trans community. Trans community says, I'm trans, so I should be glorified. Well, I don't think God's going to glorify you just because you want to force it upon God himself to sit there and say, glorify me. That means you're overstepping the boundaries of godhood, dumbass. God's not going to fucking sit there and be like, no, God's going to strike you down, because the whole point of him being the Almighty is to respect him. Absolutely. If you don't respect something that created you, someone that gave his love to create you and to design you the way that you are, and you wanted to take it, this is the only thing from the gospel standpoint. Take what God gave you with birth and change it. Not saying you change into who you are completely, because most times you won't. Personality, stuff like that. You change the way you look. You're still the same person that was born that way. You just slightly changed yourself because you are not guided right to understand that you're already special. Every human being is special because we were all created from God. That's the whole point of creation. So when people want to sit there, that's why I go to therapy. You don't need therapy, 100%. If you read the whole entire Bible, you'd be cured from all kinds of stuff, because you would understand. People say, oh, well, it's old. Nothing's changed. People say 200 years ago, when we started our industrial revolution and started getting all this technology out. So you're saying 10,000 years ago, they didn't have any of this stuff? And we just magically just made everything? Saying that, history's a lie, because if you look at all the stuff that was made back then, like the pyramids, we can't make it now. So what does that tell you? It tells you these people were more advanced than us by far, but they did it in a way that was from the Creator. The Creator gave them the knowledge, and they pushed it to praise something more powerful than us. So how everyone has an angel messenger, depending on how big your Holy Spirit is, depending on how, strong you are spiritually, they give you signs. God walks with you in life. That's why if you ever feel off, or you feel like something's happening, you get a striking feeling, normally it's because it's someone telling you from above what's going on here. They're giving you a heads up. People like you walk, you always walk alone in that. It's actually fucking hot. It's getting really hot in my room. Yeah, we're going to leave here about 20 minutes. I just want to talk about the BetterHelp thing. It's ridiculous. But, easily. Ever since I've been listening to the gospel, I don't read it, I'm more or less listen to it. Because I have people on YouTube that talk about it and that. And some people, are literally going against what the church is preaching and saying, the church doesn't believe in demons. What are demons? Why do they always say, fight your demons? People talk about this all the time. Fight your demons. Demons are your will to do negative things. And by negative things, to a certain extent, is to break one of the 10 commandments. That's what the whole point. Them are, the 7 deadly sins. That comes down to the 7 deadly sins. From pride to gluttony, all the other greed and that. But the biggest sin is always pride. Because pride is, the one that always believes they're perfect, but you lie about being perfectionists. This is why lying's always been the worst dedicator to all the sin. Because you can always believe that you're perfectionist, but sin a fuckload. But you can always lie about it. You can always make up bullshit. And then if it catches up to you, what do people do? They don't want to be friends with that person anymore. They want to leave that person because they know they're liars. And that's the biggest thing. Even for myself, when I was younger, I did lie about stupid shit. I lied about myself, but I always asked the question, no one looking, why? The biggest question is always why. Why am I here? Why I am who I am? Why this, why that? When you start asking the question of why, you can start generalizing certain things about yourself. I don't know who to be. Definitely going to a fucking therapist is not going to tell you who you are. You are who you are. You just have to express it. So if I like lifting weights, so I lift weights. Am I losing weight? Yeah, I've been losing weight. I've been getting more muscle, and I've been doing the things I want to do. Not because, oh, look at you, you're trying to be this and that. No, it's not a damn competition, guys. It's never been a competition. When people have competition, especially in a negative way because they are weaker than someone else, step it up, then. If you want to be strong, be strong. You yourself need to be strong. Don't look at someone else and say, well, you're stronger than that. There's people stronger than me. Of course there is. But I don't give a fuck about that person. I care about me. Now, that knowledge from that person can make me stronger. But that's the whole point. We're all supposed to be stronger together. And I don't think people understand that. That's why I don't like therapy. Therapy is a guideline of that. Go on ebook. Listen to the whole entire Bible. Really dig into your life with the gospel. I promise you, you're going to change. Because you have to change because it's the truth. Now, how they talk about it, yes, it's really awkward sometimes because it's very in detail in the way they talk back then. And so people say, well, they mean differently. It's like when people talk about gays. God never said you can't be gay. Because evidently that you're designed like that. God says you can't fornicate with another man. You're not supposed to be married to another dude or another woman. That is the sin. The sin is not being gay. The sin is doing something with the same sex. Period. Because you're not meant to do that. So you're meant to reproduce. You're meant to push along your genetics. Because that is the whole point of creation. God created you to push himself with you along. That's why people always have the worst thing about abortions. That, yeah, if you're abortionist, good luck, because you ain't going to heaven. If you think there's no heaven, well, you ain't going to heaven anyway, so have fun with that. If you want to live your life, like there's an article the other day in that, it was a 23-year-old woman, I guess, lives in California. God forbid, California's the fucking Satanist capital of the fucking world. And like, this person, you could tell this person had massive mental issues because she was believing that killing babies was the best thing ever. And they were satanically praising killing children. In a way, yes, in a way. Not saying absolutely, but it's still the same thing. At least in my belief. So you two, fuck off. And having a party for killing something is fucking... I'm gonna be nice about it. She deserved what she got. That's it. She deserved what she got. And I mean, if you want to sit there, I'll never lay a hand on anyone unless I have to. Because I don't believe in fighting people. Like, I'm stronger than you. I don't care. I don't believe in that stuff. Whole point of being strong is to defend the weak from other strong people that are fucking pieces of shit. It's between the good and evils. That's what it's always been like. And so this person ends up having another abortion. Because I talked about it before in my stream maybe like 4 or 5 days ago, so I saw it. She had to have another abortion, and while she was doing this abortion, she died. 23-year-old woman. Pretty girl. Well, obviously, she's pretty enough to have kids. Pretty enough to get screwed enough to fucking have abortion go through first place. And if people don't see, it's like, oh, it's just, this is the biggest thing about science. These high-class elites know the creator exists. They see it every day. They know. They're using Scientology, to try to fight the creator in their own creation. Blows my mind. You're not a creator. You're not unlimited. You're not almighty. You have no power. I don't care how much technology you do or how many little experiments you do with your little needles and shit. You're not powerful. He created all. That's it. Like, you're working with the shit that he created. You can't surpass someone that created you. That doesn't make any sense. Yes, father to son. Okay, that's supposed to be surpassed. The thing is, he's not. He is father. But father of all, as in knows all, everywhere at the same time, listens to all. People want to look at physical Rome, people, how we physically can't do these things. Well, in some senses, some people can to a certain extent. But the funny thing is, when people look at it like, oh, it was just an accident that she had this abortion and then she died, I said, well, it's because you're trying to use science to go against God. Once that clicks into your fucking head, guys, science is going against God. That's the whole point of science. It's creating stuff to entertain you. It's creating stuff to make you sin more. Now, I'm playing a game that's literally about a Marine in hell. Despite the fact that it's a Marine in hell, no, it's trying to tell you something. Good game, I ain't gonna lie. I don't think of it that way. I think it's the way you think of things is a lot different. But yeah. And this is why, you never get, you're never gonna gain by you going to heaven. Because guess what? You're always happy. You're never negative. It's like when you're a kid, you play your first video game, you're astoundingly entertained. Or you watch your first TV show, you're entertained 24/7. You want to watch it again and again and again. Because that's pure happiness, which is telling you that you were created with pure positivity and happiness. when you were created, which means you are the heaviest Holy Spirit that you will ever be in your whole entire life. And as you get older, things get worse. Because society tells you, you gotta be a millionaire person. You'll always be happy with money. And I know people that have money and they're fucking miserable. They're miserable. They're a massive amount of cocaine. They're banging everything in sight. You see it in Hollywood. You see it everywhere. To be wealthy is not to be happy. To be wealthy is to be satisfied in the life that is the system. You know, it's the system. Like if I had $1 million, I'd be happy. I wouldn't have to work. Yeah, truly, I'd be happy. But that happiness wouldn't stay there that long just because I keep buying stuff. It's because I, buy 100 of these, and every one of these has a pre-workout in it. And out of 100 days, I put them all in ice boxes. I have pre-workouts ready for me every single day. Does that make you happy? No. The happiness is going to slowly go down. I'm not saying that's what makes me happy. That kind of awesome, but that's not the point of the matter. The happiness is constantly has to be gained to push towards happiness. That's why we are made to be more positive than negative. If you're negative, you get anxiety. Oh my God, BetterHelp. You gotta help me out with my anxiety and that? Be more positive. End of story. What do you mean by positivity? Do things that make you happy. That's it. Well, how do I know I'm happy? People are this fucking stupid. How do I know that I'm happy? Holy fucking shit, dude. You can't be that fucking stupid. Well, happiness comes down to what you want to do in life, and you fucking do it. People want to say, I want to run a mile in a second. Well, have fun with that. Because you can't. They want to live life super quick. But you live for a decent long time. So if you live life in your 20s, say you're 20, 25, you start getting in the 30s and that, and you're like, I lived my whole entire life, 10 years of my life, super quick. I've seen it. I've seen how ridiculously old people look in their 30s. I don't look like I'm fucking 30. I look like I'm probably in my mid-20s, say young 20s. I haven't changed that much. I look at people in their 30s at my age, and guess what? They look old as fuck. They're dehydrated, they have Botox, they have all this shit, and they look like crap. There's one girl down the street. I have nothing against her at all, but I looked at her face. She used to have, a really pretty face and that, and she's got more wrinkles on her face than I see 50-year-olds have. It looks disgusting. I mean, I'm only saying that because, I don't look like that. And it doesn't look healthy. It looks unhealthy. Why? Because she used to drink a lot. She lives life really quickly now. Now she's got 2 kids from 2 random dudes, and now she's constantly going through, dealing with that bullshit. I'm just like, well, that's why you need God. That's why we need Christ. That's why we need to believe. We need to dive into these things. Actually, I'm going to go to work. We need to keep on pushing each other to be better. And that's why BetterHelp ads are fucking stupid. Don't take therapy. If you want to learn, I can teach you just the bare minimum, and you're supposed to use it in your own way to make your life better. No one can give you complete 100% directions in life. Because guess what? You are you. No one else but you. You decide what you want to do. I'm sick of tired of people trying to decide life for people and tell them to do this, tell them to do that. And all you can say is, well, I rearrange my nuts. Oh, okay. Is try better. Try to get better. If you feel like you have money issues, work 2 jobs or get a better job. If you feel like you have health issues, take supplements, work out, eat better. If you know that you have strength issues, lift more weights, eat more protein. I mean, there's all kinds of things that you can do, but people don't. They're like, well, I want everyone to just give it to me. Just like the government that gives everybody money and that doesn't want to work. But that money's coming from people that do work. Yeah, that sounds like victim mentality. So people have victim mentality will never get better. They always blame everybody else for their own mistakes. Well, what I said, your own mistakes. So if it's your own fucking mistakes, guess what? You are the one that has to deal with the mistakes, not everybody else. So therapy is fucking stupid. Okay, I'm getting off. Have fun with that one. Bye-bye.